Hey everyone, and welcome! Today, we're going to demystify one of the coolest shortcuts in all of calculus. So if you've ever hit a wall with a really tricky limit problem, you are in exactly the right place. Okay, let's jump right in.
So have you ever run into this? You're cruising through a limit problem, you do the direct substitution, and you end up with something that just makes no sense, like 0 divided by 0, or maybe infinity divided by infinity. It's like the classic calculus roadblock, right?
Well, believe it or not, this thing has a name. It's called an indeterminate form, and that's just a fancy way of saying we can't figure out the limit, yet. But here's the kicker. There's an absolutely brilliant shortcut that lets you slice right through the problem.
And that solution, my friends, is L'Hopital's rule. This thing is a total game changer for these kinds of limits, and it can turn what looks like a super complex problem into something surprisingly simple. Okay, so what does this actually mean? Well, think about it. When the top and bottom of a fraction are both racing towards 0, the key isn't that they're both going to 0, but how fast they're getting there. And what's the best tool we have for measuring speed or a rate of change? The derivative, of course. So the rule lets us compare those speeds. We just take the derivative of the top, the derivative of the bottom, and then try the limit again.
And here's a little bit of trivia, which I think is pretty cool. The rule is named for Guillaume de L'Hopital, but it turns out his teacher, the brilliant mathematician Johann Bernoulli, actually discovered it. L'Hopital basically paid Bernoulli for his math discoveries and then published this rule in the very first calculus textbook back in 1696.
All right, before we go any further, we need to talk about something huge. This is the #1 point of confusion. L'Hopital's rule is not, and I repeat, not the quotient rule. With L'Hopital's, you handle the numerator and the denominator completely separately. The quotient rule is a complicated beast for finding the derivative of a fraction. L'Hopital's rule is a simple tool for finding the limit of one. Big difference. Okay, so how do we actually do this? I'm glad you asked. Let's break it all down into 3 super simple, repeatable steps.
It's really this easy. Step 1, and this is the most important part. You have to check that you actually have an indeterminate form. Seriously, this step is non-negotiable. If you've got 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity, you move to step 2. Differentiate the top and bottom. Then step 3, you just try the limit again. If you get a nice clean number, you're done. And if it's still indeterminate, you just run the play again.
All right, enough talk. Theory is one thing, but seeing is believing. Let's get our hands dirty and walk through an example to see just how slick this process really is. Okay, let's take a look at this limit. As x goes to 1, the top, well, that becomes 1 minus e to the 0, which is 1 minus 1, so 0. And the bottom becomes 1 minus 1 squared, which is also 0. So we have 0 over 0. Bingo! That's our green light. Now we apply the rule. The derivative of the top is 1 minus e to the x minus 1, and the derivative of the bottom, using the chain rule, is 2 times x minus 1. But hold on a second. When we plug 1 into our new limit, we get 0 over 0 again. And you know what? That's totally fine. No need to panic. It just means we apply the rule a second time. So let's differentiate again. The derivative of our new top is just negative e to the x minus 1, and the derivative of the bottom is just 2. Now let's try the limit. As x goes to 1, the top becomes negative e to the 0, which is negative 1. The bottom is just 2, and there it is, our answer, negative 1/2. See? Not so bad. And what's really cool is that this exact same process works perfectly for infinity over infinity problems too. There are no new rules, no extra steps to memorize. It's the same 3-step dance. Check, differentiate, and reevaluate.
So, L'Hopital's rule is amazing, right? But with great power comes great responsibility. You've got to know when to use it, and maybe more importantly, when not to use it. Let's cover the most important warning.
So listen up, because this is the #1 mistake people make. You absolutely must do step 1. You have to confirm that you have an indeterminate form before you do anything else. If you apply this rule to a regular old limit, you're almost guaranteed to get the wrong answer.
And this is a perfect example of why. Look what happens here. After applying the rule just one time, the limit is no longer indeterminate. If you were just going on autopilot and applied the rule a second time without thinking, you'd get 1/4, which is totally wrong. But because we checked, we can see the real answer is just 0. Always, always check.
Okay, so we've been all about 0 over 0 and infinity over infinity, but it turns out they've got some cousins. You might see these other weird-looking forms like products or even powers. Things like infinity minus infinity, or 1 to the power of infinity. At first it doesn't look like L'Hopital's rule can help us here, but there's a trick. And the game plan for all these other forms is always the same. You just use a little bit of algebra to mash them back into a fraction. The goal is to turn whatever you have, a product, a power, whatever, into our good old friends 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity. Here's a perfect example. We've got x times ln of x, which is a 0 times infinity form. To deal with this, we just rewrite it. Instead of multiplying by x, we can divide by 1 over x. It's the exact same thing mathematically. But look what that does. Now we have ln of x on top and 1 over x on the bottom. And as x goes to 0, that becomes an infinity over infinity problem. And boom, just like that, we're back on home turf, ready to use L'Hopital's rule.
All right, that was a lot, I know. So let's pull it all together into one simple, ultimate checklist that you can use every single time you see one of these tricky limits. Here you go. First, is the limit truly indeterminate? Always check if it's not one of the main two forms. Can you use some algebra to get it there? Once you're set, differentiate the top and bottom separately. Then, evaluate the new limit. And if it's still indeterminate, no sweat. Just repeat the process. This checklist will guide you to the right answer every single time.
So there you have it. You now have a super powerful tool in your calculus toolkit. You know the how and the when to use L'Hopital's rule with confidence. But have you ever stopped to wonder why this magic trick actually works? The deep reason behind it is tied to something called Cauchy's mean value theorem. But hey, that's a story for another day. For now, go out there and conquer those limits. Thanks for watching.